many African people can appreciate the apology for slavery in Suriname, in Aruba, and St. Martin, directed from Holland. The apology can be appreciated, but it's not sufficient. What are going to be the systemic changes? What are going to be the structural creations that you are going to implement to undo the bias, the discrimination, the inequity that black people in Aruba suffer from as a result of the vestiges of slavery? What are you going to do to level the playing field between black and white? Because if you do not address white privilege, if you do not address black disadvantage, then your apology is a mockery. Words are good, but actions are better. Don't just say you're sorry, show that you are sorry by providing quality education, economic empowerment, quality housing. Without the structural changes, what good is an apology without transformation of the society so that everyone is given an equitable opportunity to enjoy in the benefits of the island?
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel once again. My name is its_Kisaka. So pleased to have you back on this channel. If you have not subscribed to this channel, do me a favor by hitting the subscription button. And if you're my returning subscriber, I appreciate for always taking your time to come back and watch my videos. And greetings to all my Jamaican family and all the people around the world. In today's video, guys, there are two ladies who actually were apologizing on behalf of the colonial masters, that is the UK, and there's one from, majority of them from the UK. They apologized recently in Jamaica about the atrocities that their forefathers committed in Jamaica. And I'm posing a question to you guys. Is it okay? How do you find it? Is it the apologies? Is the apology only enough, or they should do more than that? Before I get to react on this, kindly look at this video and then later on I share my opinion. So these are the videos.
Formal apologies have been issued to Jamaica by the descendants of slave traders. 5 families who are descendants of plantation owners from across the United Kingdom and Ireland, as well as the Guardian newspaper, apologized on video on behalf of their ancestors, while descendants of John Malcolm from Scotland expressed regret in person at the Civil Emancipation Jubilee last evening. Their family owned the Argyle estate in St. Thomas at the time of the war in 1824, which resulted in 12 enslaved Africans being executed for their role in the fight for freedom.
Enslavement of your ancestors and the injustice of financial compensation paid by the British government to the enslavers. The enduring and damaging legacy of this injustice continues to the present day. We apologise most sincerely to the surviving descendants of the enslaved from Clan Malcolm plantations for the continuing impact on their daily lives, their health and their well-being.
We will be asking the New Zealand government to acknowledge these historical links to injustices that took place in the wider Caribbean and to note CARICOM's 10-point plan for reparatory justice. We plan to encourage the New Zealand government to reopen its physical High Commission in the Caribbean to strengthen intergovernmental ties.
The sisters' ancestors also own 9 other properties, including Blenheim, Hanover. The apologies were accepted by Culture Minister Olivia Grange and Mayor of St. Anne's Bay, Michael Belnavis.
So there you have it, guys. You have seen that those two ladies are apologizing to Jamaicans for the atrocities that was committed in the past. And according to me, I feel that just an apology or begging for forgiveness is not enough. They need to do more. The first thing that they need to do is they should pay, or rather compensate, Jamaicans for what they did. You know, Jamaicans went through a lot. You discover that the slaves during the slavery period, the slaves that went to Jamaica were like 10 times the slaves that went to the northern side, that is the America, Canada. The slaves that went to Jamaica were so many, and they went through a lot. Some of them were disabled, some of them are currently homeless, some of them are mentally tortured even up to the moment, and some got into a lot of illnesses. So they should not just be left like that. They need to be compensated, and the compensation should be in monetary value. there's also other things like in terms of education, in terms of health. That is how Jamaicans should be compensated. Just saying sorry is not enough. There should be some monetary value or some other form of compensation. And I'm happy that in Jamaica from 2000, this Professor Venerin Shepherd and the rest, they form the reparation community of Jamaica. That commission, they have been really voting for compensation of Jamaicans. And I'm happy that it is paying, because one of the aims that they have been aiming at is for the colonial masters to give a formal apology. And it's good that they are apologizing, but that is not enough. As I am saying, they need to compensate in monetary value and some other things, like taking some Jamaicans, educating them, and also compensating for the loss that Jamaicans incurred. Another thing that personally I think that they should do is to return the artifacts that was stolen in Jamaicans. You know, the first time that is the Spaniards went to Jamaica, they found the Tainos, the first people who settled in Jamaica, and there are some artifacts that they took, and then they took the artifacts and later went and took them to Europe and the rest of the places. You'll find that some of the artifacts are placed in some of their museums, which is very wrong. They need to return those artifacts back to Jamaica and back to Africa. That is the second thing that they should do. Saying sorry is not enough. They need to return those artifacts back to Africa, back to Jamaica, back to the Caribbean nations. What our forefathers went through is not a simple thing. It was painful. By just saying sorry, that is not enough. Another thing, Jamaicans need freedom. You know, at this point in time, Jamaicans are still under British monarch. Yes, they got independence in 1962, but they are still under British monarch. I'm happy that they currently, the swearing-in ceremony, the current Prime Minister is not bearing allegiance to King Charles. But in the past, even during swearing-in ceremony, the Prime Minister was not bearing allegiance to the Jamaicans. He was bearing allegiance to the Queen or the King. But at the moment, I see and I'm happy things are turning around, which is good. They need to be free. They need total freedom. That is total freedom by becoming a total republic and not being under a monarch. Also, they need a new constitution. Jamaicans need a new constitution. You can see at the moment there are some people coming into Jamaica, setting up beaches and then denying local Jamaicans access to the beach. They are privatizing the beaches, which is wrong. We are condemning this. We are condemning this in the highest term possible. They need a new constitution. They need a new republic. And you know, this is not right. By just saying sorry, that is not enough. You know, Jamaicans, 90% of Jamaicans are Africans. And when anything bad happens to Jamaica, we as African, we feel sorry for that. We feel it. And this is why Africans are coming up and are speaking boldly about Jamaica. The fourth point and the last one is about neocolonialism. Colonialism ended up a long time ago, but there is a new form of colonialism coming in terms of loans. There are some of the contracts that some of our leaders that are assigning these contracts or taking the loans with a lot with a lot of secrecy, such that the citizens end up paying the loans years after years after years. And you know, if we are not careful, some of these countries like China, they might even in the end come up with clauses and start coming to take some of our minerals or taking some part of our countries, saying that they want to pay the loan. So with the colonial masters saying sorry, I've said it's not enough. They need to also stop neocolonialism. One of the things is about the minerals. You'll find that in Africa and in Jamaica, like recently in Jamaica, Jamaica has just discovered oil, huge barrels of oil. And if they are not, Jamaicans, if they are not careful, there are some people who will come up and start to benefit. This has to stop. This is the last point, that is neo-colonialism. In terms of mineral, like in Africa, you find that people are mining huge chunks of minerals, but the locals are not benefiting out of it. I'm talking as an African, and I feel the pain. The second thing, guys, is also about, another thing is also about puppets. There are some leaders that have been turned into puppets. They are doing, or rather they are affecting the policies of the colonial masters in this time and era. Like if they come up with policies maybe concerning taxation and so forth, and they affect them here in Africa and in Jamaica. This has to stop. The colonial masters should leave us as Africans, the Caribbean, Jamaica, to do their thing as they wish without being pressurized the way they feel it. The last thing, guys, is about the people going in or coming into Jamaica and coming into Africa, setting in hotels, or rather beaches, and preventing the locals from accessing the public beaches. This has been happening in Jamaica. So by the colonial masters just saying they're sorry, this is not enough. These points that I've put across, I think, should be effected. I'm happy that the reparation committee that was set in Jamaica and other Caribbean nations have also set up, they have come up with several points, around 10 points. Some of the points is what I've just shared out. But all in all, compensation should take the center stage and not just sorry, because Jamaicans, people of Caribbean and Africans won't eat the sorry. Sorry is just a word. We need compensation for what has been happening. Cheers, guys. Thank you for staying tuned. If you have not subscribed to this channel, do me a favor by hitting the subscription button, and remember to like this video and also share this video out to your friends, relatives, and your colleagues. Thank you so much. And to my returning subscribers, I appreciate for taking your time always to come back and watch my videos. God bless you. See you on my next video.